Here's a couple awesome studies done about learning and dreaming put on by this guy, Joseph DeConnick, where in the first one, he had these students go into this intensive crash course in learning French. And what he noticed was the students who started dreaming in French did better in the class. Kind of obvious, right? If you're going to be dreaming of, in this case, the language, it's only going to help you get these extra mental reps in, which can only aid you in learning the language, right? But that's not the cool part. The cool part is that everybody in this intensive crash course in learning French had a marketable increase in time spent in REM, but it was even more increased in those who actually did well in the class and started dreaming in French. Then a few years later, he did an even crazier study, which he remarks that he probably couldn't even get this done nowadays. This was done in like the earlier 2000s, where he had students wear these inverted glasses that made everything like upside down and backwards 24/7. So like even in bed. And so they had to relearn how to walk. They had to relearn how to read. They would dream of falling down, feeling confused, upside down objects and stuff like that. But what he noticed in this case for everybody across the board is that there was a tremendous increase in time spent in REM. And for the students who could really excel at it, like some of them totally picked it up. They could write, they could read, they could do everything. They had an even huger increase in time spent in REM, which again, just really stood out to me because I really feel like, I don't know why, like particularly in like the early REM stages, which I brought up at some point in an earlier video, that I seem to dream a lot like early on in the night. I've never really known why, because a lot of the literature says, it should only be like 10 minutes or so. But, when you spend a lot of time in dream, I've said this 1,000 times, I'll just say it again really quick. You can really get a pretty good handle on how long the dream is. So I know that sometimes in like the first 3 hours or so of sleep, I'm cranking out some like 30-minute long dreams already. And I've always thought that was, kind of weird. Anyway, I like this because it just kind of gave credence to, not that I'm going to be excelling in learning any language or, wearing inverted glasses. It just lets you know that it's possible. We're all kind of different. And I guess in that case, maybe I'm just lucky.